Hello viewers, this is Tony of the Xenodash YouTube gaming channel, and you are currently looking at the opening to an old classic beat 'em up game from 1991. Featuring the music of Yuzo Koshiro. And the name of the game is Streets of Rage, the original game for the Sega Genesis and Sega Mega Drive. Here we are looking at the playable characters of the game. I did not know Axel was a gamer. Pretty interesting. Streets of Rage. This is gonna be a solo single player run. Hey, look at that, on the Blaze's portrait up at the top there. I never noticed that she would blink at you. So I would normally, whenever I'd play games in the beat 'em up genre, I would usually pick the speed characters, and most of the time, back in the day, the speed characters in beat 'em up games would be female, and I'd be completely fine with that. So here we are in the first level of the game. Oh, those, yeah, the slide kicks always still trick me up, even up to now. And I guess I can talk about the Streets of Rage series while we're going through this. The Streets of Rage, the original game was released in September of, well, for North America anyway, September 1991. And this is kind of the reason why I'm putting this video up on my YouTube channel, to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Streets of Rage. Although, when this goes up, I'm gonna be several days late to the actual date of the North American release, but that's fine. And, let's see. Oh, and, aside from using Blaze, I definitely prefer this Blaze's look and style, with the full jacket and the headband, versus the later incarnations of Blaze's outfit with the two-piece. But yeah, that's just me. If you see me spam that kick throw a lot, it's because I'm trying to knock one enemy into the other enemy to weaken two at once. So please bear with it. Here we are in the first boss, and cue the boss theme music. So this guy's fairly easy. He just has that boomerang, and he does have a close-up melee attack if you stand too close and don't do anything. I am saving the health pick up there on the ground, just in case I need it. So I'm playing this game on normal difficulty, and so I only get the 3 starting lives and 3 additional continues, which with each continue you get 3 more lives. And I just got a 1 up there for raising my score. Throw recovery. That's definitely something that I always remembered about the Streets of Rage series, is the ability to recover from most throws, anyway, and you don't take damage. I peppered that one guy in the face. Basically all it does is I believe stun the enemy. Gotta take that guy's knife. Come on, back into this. Keeps on walking off screen. Unlike the second game, where you could control when you threw the knife, in this game, I believe throwing the knife is determined by a certain amount of distance to the enemy you're trying to fight. I don't know the exact distance. Punched out on that one, and the guy punished for my landing. There's a 1 up there in the barrel. That proud beam up tradition of finding random power-ups and items in barrels, trash cans, and boxes. Ooh, the steel pipe, or the metal pipe rather. Probably the best weapon in the game. And I actually like this pipe animation more than the Streets of Rage 2 pipe animation. Because they change it up. In Streets of Rage 2, the pipe animation is a vertical slice, or a vertical slash. Oh man, this juggler guy. Just gotta time those swings, or else these guys like run into you and knock the weapon out of your hands like that. Yikes. Oh great. Fire juggler and a axe thrower. Now see, you saw there that it is possible to jump kick into them and knock out their defenses, but obviously the weapons respawn when they get back up. The dominatrix. The Streets of Rage games were actually the first time I actually ever took notice of that particular outfit, because I played this game series first before or prior to the Final Fight series, so well before I ever knew about Poison and her whole thing. Yeah. I actually never owned Streets of Rage 1 when I was a kid. It was one of those things where I would play it at a friend's house or a classmate's house or at a cousin's house. And obviously at that point we'd play co-op 2-player. I'd of course opt for Blaze, and they would usually pick Axel. So here we have the next boss, the guys with claw Blondie. The thing about him is he has an anti-jump counter. Yeah, you just saw it there. He does like a weird after image effect. And yeah, the problem here is judging the range of Blaze's attack animation versus the claws. So I still beat him, and I didn't use the support attack. So yeah. Round 3, aka stage 3. I love that sound effect, hitting the tires. Baseball bat. Swinging. Swing. As you see there, I'm just trying to stay in the middle of the screen. Timing my swings appropriately. Oh, one of the other things that I definitely should note that are different from Streets of Rage 1 and 2 is when you're holding a weapon and you're trying to throw, when you go in to throw an enemy, in this game, you actually keep the weapon equipped and you don't, there's no penalty. However, in Streets of Rage 2, when you're holding a weapon and you try to throw an enemy, you automatically drop the weapon you're holding, which, you know, for the sake of logic and realism, it makes sense. But I always like the fact that you can hold, see, like that. I'm still holding the metal pipe even though I go in for that animation. I always like that a little better. Yeah, even though I would have to admit that Streets of Rage 2 has the better gameplay, there's just aesthetically and like the music, there's something about this first original entry in the series that I always prefer. I don't even want to talk about Streets of Rage 3. I hardly play that. Actually, never mind. I was pausing to have a drink of water there. Here's the charging brute for this the boss for this level. Yeah, basically that's all he does, or all that I've ever seen him do is that charging uppercut. I got grabbed by that one guy. See, one of the things you should have noticed in that particular boss battle is the bosses get increasingly faster, or they're relatively much faster than your character, because you don't run. You just have that normal walk speed, so it's pretty hard to like evade rush attacks, and that's gonna be a considerable problem for me as we get farther into this game. Oh, this level's music. I love how chill the music is in this level. There's only one other level that has more memorable music for me. I'll let you know when that comes up. Here we are, fighting on a bridge, I believe. And yep, those are openings in the bridge. Basically, if you fall into them by walking into the hole, or jumping into the hole, or getting thrown into the hole, I believe it's an automatic loss of one entire life. Or the remainder of that life that you have. That's why you see me try and stay at the top of the screen where there are no pitfalls. I got lucky with that jump kick. Not so much there. See, it's a little gamble when you jump kick into these guys. It's either that, or you wait for them to make the opening for you like that. Remember, if you walk into those guys, you take automatic damage. So yeah. Picked up a nice baseball bat here. Knock that one guy into the pit. Oh, these yellow jack guys. Yeah, those yellow jack guys they excel at throwing you. So you have to be careful right there. Ah. Good jump kick. There was a good demonstration of one of the issues with this particular type of game is when you have multiple weapons on the ground close together and you're standing in that general area. When you want to be attacking, you're actually just get stuck in an animation where you pick up and drop weapons. Definitely a problem. Oh man, I am surrounded. Will I get to that health pickup in time? I try to get for it, but that one guy fell off the bridge, or walked off the bridge. And nope, I didn't get to the health pickup in time. And basically got pushed to advance the screen, so that was no good. And here we are at the boss. I believe it is it's the running flamethrower. Yep, as you saw there, if you try to attack him from the front while he's blowing fire, you automatically lose. Now, the interesting thing about this particular boss is his size and girth actually come into play a factor, gameplay wise. Basically, if you try and throw this particular enemy, you get punished and he drops on you and you lose maybe a third to a half of your health meter. That's why I always try and let him run past me and then do a normal melee attack. We go from a bridge to a boat, and I'm taking another break to drink water there. That was just me being a foolish guy and letting their attack animations hit me. You want to disarm these guys as fast as possible because that would happen. They charge in a cross, from opposite sides of the screen, and that's no good. Raise my score high enough again to pick up one up. I should use that flip move for the alternate throw a little more often. So I'm surrounded, but I'm trying to avoid the urge to pick up that bat there in the middle of the screen. Tempting, very tempting to go for that bat, but nope. I decided to just melee it out with the punches and kicks. Yeah, the whip attack from the dominatrix girls are... I try not to let them unleash that move as much as possible. Luckily I had that bat. just such a bummer that the Streets of Rage series never really left the 90s, huh? That was always one of the big problems I had. After the Genesis, you know, I'd always be waiting through the first PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. I'd be waiting for like the next bare knuckle Streets of Rage game. But sadly, it never really came around. And it wasn't until like it wasn't until 2011 until that fan-made game called Streets of Rage Remake came around. And that game, Streets of Rage Remake, was such a blessing to have. It was like a mix of Streets of Rage 1 and 2, and it added on a little more, some more elements. Really fun. But this is the original Streets of Rage, the official game developed by Sega. Although I may do some video uploads for Streets of Rage remake. Now here I foolishly, after just picking up that power up to call the support car here, don't ask me how the support car got on the boat. I never questioned that. But yeah, as you saw there, I was being an idiot and I didn't use the support call before dying. Because when you lose a life, the support attack respawns by 1. It doesn't accumulate each time you die. No, it just resets back to 1 activation. As you see here, I'm just trying to jump kick my way through his defense as best as I can. I saw there that time it didn't work at all. Here is the boss battle for this. It's clones of Blaze. Except they have better jumping ability, as you can see there. They do backflips and forward jumps, and when they're in that ball animation in their jump, they're actually invincible. And I believe they're also invincible during the backflips. And I believe these girls are called Mona and Lisa. I heard it somewhere, maybe listening to some other YouTuber talk about Streets of Rage. Anyway, Mona and Lisa, I have serious problems with them, obviously, as you can see here. I'm forced to call in the support attack again. Yep. I pretty much mastered the throw recovery move, but yeah, that that slam attack or the slam throw, you can't recover from that, I don't think. While I'd rather not lose a health point. Once again, when you lose life, your support attack respawns. So I use it immediately. Finally got one of them. Just one-on-one now. Yep, like that. I just gotta find the right time when they land, or when she lands. You're not gonna get me with that throw move, and I just barely squeak it out. If I had died there, I would have had to use up my first continue. Round 6, aka level 6, the industrial zone. It introduces a new particular environmental hazard. You'll see later on. It's kind of interesting, although not very fair. I'll explain when it appears on the screen. We're coming up on the environmental hazard pretty soon. There it is. Basically, that press machine, when your character, or if you're playing 2 players, any other player character walks close enough, it triggers a sensor on the press and it comes down. But it only activates the sensor when a player character is walking close to it. Enemies can walk right past it just fine without triggering it. On the plus side, you can use those press machines against enemies that are walking in from the other side. So here's the return of the fire breather. Once again, you want to avoid going into a throw animation because you will lose, or you will get punished severely. Oh, lucky me, I raised my score high enough to get one up. Cool. I want that guy's bat. No bat. Okay, I thought it was. I forget if the bat could fall or something off the conveyor off the conveyor belt. I don't know why. I would think that, but yeah. Pick up the bat. Obviously, I'm not gonna trade the salt and pepper thing for like that. I'm just swinging wildly there. And the range on that whip is getting me. And I get slammed by the press machine. And there you just saw that yes, you can use the press machine against oncoming enemies if you time it right. There's one up and a support attack. And I trade in the bat for the metal pipe, of course. Here's the question, can I squeak by two of the press machines close together? No, I cannot, and I completely waste that support call pickup. And get pressed again. Oh, what a dummy. What a dummy I am. Oh, that's not gonna work. That guy just tried through me. And that was not good at all. And the music changes to indicate the boss for this level. That's right, there are two of them now. Two of the blonde-haired claw guys. Now it's double the punishment if you try and jump attack on them. Obviously, this fight would be a lot easier if you were playing with a co-op friend. Since the other player could just try and go behind. And you saw there, I foolishly tried and went for the jump kick. Like a dummy. 6 levels down, and I believe 1 or 2 more to go. So the Streets of Rage release that is found on the I believe it's called the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive Classics, or is it the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics? Anyway, it's basically you download an emulator, and you're downloading an emulator, and then you download DLC, which are basically the games themselves. Everything from Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, Shining Force, Alex Kidd, Golden Axe, stuff like that. And you would install them individually, or you would download and install them individually. And yeah, while I'm playing this on that particular, on the Steam version with the emulator, I am not using the quick saves or the quick loads. None of that. This is all the 3 continues and the 3 starting lives, and however far I can get in this game. So talking about this particular level, this is I guess the trope, the common cliche in most beat 'em up games is the moving platform elevator level or sequence. The whole level is on this elevator platform, and yes, you can get thrown off the platform, and just like in the pit, the bridge with the pit holes, if you get thrown off the bridge or off the elevator platform, you automatically lose 1 life, I believe. And right here, I have to use it my first continue, and I am entering my initials. Even though this is in an emulator, I'm still, gotta go through the motions, put in those initials with a score. So I just use my first continue. And yeah, here's the defying the laws of physics. If you found the how did the support card get on the boat hard to believe, yeah, how did that shot hit its mark, huh? Threw that guy off the platform. Yep. Obviously, with a fighting level this small, the biggest problem is being surrounded, and I'm trying not to go back towards the edge of the elevator platform, but every enemy spawns near the windows. So yeah, this is in single player, this is a problem. And really, your only friend is to either throw enemies into each other off the platform, or get them into a attack animations done. And I believe that clears that level. Yep. There was no boss there. It was just survive being surrounded. And here we are. My personal favorite song from the soundtrack. Pause there to scratch an itch. And yes, I have to apologize up front for being a complete fool and not being able to dodge those dining carts. You will see that throughout the entire remainder of the level. So I apologize for anyone who's cringing right now, or facepalming. It's just, yeah, it's just me. I can't avoid those dining carts and all. So once again, the entire soundtrack for this game was composed by one Yuzo Koshiro, and this particular level's theme is called The Last Soul. There's just one long hallway between you and the big bad, Mr. X. And as an added bonus, you get the good old boss rush. All the previous bosses you've faced in the past, they come back one more time. I got lucky there and got a 1-up for my high score. I love how you can't see what he's juggling. I don't know if that's like that was in the original game, I don't remember, or if it's like an emulation bug. It's kind of funny. But that also means that you can walk right up to the guy and punch him in the face, as opposed to the jugglers with the axes and the flaming torches. Hey, I actually got that one dining cart with the pipe swing. And no. Yeah. Try again, dude. Trying to throw me the normal way with the at this point in the game. I pretty much mastered the throw recovery. And yep, that was just a matter of me not being able to get in close enough. And obviously the boss's reach is better than mine. And if you haven't noticed already, in this level, there is no support attack at all. It always stays at zero. When I first got to this point of the game, all those years ago, I was so like shocked. I was like, what, the good old trusty support attack doesn't work anymore? I always found that like part of the thrill, part of the a neat little thing to add a little more difficulty. I mean, it's not like the screen is covered with enemies. It's not like the elevator platform before, but I would have definitely saved the support attack for the or when I run into the ladies. Here's the running barbarian again. Down to my last life again before I have to use up another continue. Speaking of Streets of Rage and other games, what do you call it? Saints Row number 4 has an awesome tribute to this series. And while I don't want to spoil any more of Saints Row 4, let's just say, yeah, it's an awesome homage to this game series that they have going on in Saints Row 4. The dominatrix girls go from the red outfits to the black to the this off-white. I was super lucky with that one, that I was able to have an opening to pick up that health item. And I walked into the fire on that one. I completely, throughout the entire game, I completely forgot that you can actually like hit those flaming things away. And yes, you're seeing it correctly. There's the boss door. The boss door is right there. Right within arm's reach. But oh no, they're back. The Blaze clones, aka Mona and Lisa. Are those even Mona and Lisa actually? I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, these are the guardians to the boss door. And I am running out of time, as you see there on the upper timer. Less than 20 seconds left before the timer runs out. I don't remember what happens if the timer runs out. You might lose a life, maybe? we go. I have to use up my second continue. Entering my initials, which also allowed me to take a little bit of a breather and recompose myself versus this. You saw how much damage that slam move took on me, and she does it again. I mean, seriously, in single player, this part of the game is really all about luck, right? I mean, I have seen other Let's Players or other people on YouTube like play this part more efficiently, and it always has been awe. That they can always face, you know, this part so easily. And as you're seeing, I just lost 2 lives. 2 whole lives, and we're at a threat of having to use up the last continue. I'm just jumping around like a fool, trying to hit these girls so I can reach the big bad. I finally got one. Now it's just one-on-one. Ooh, so lucky. But I barely have that one life left. So this is an important part in the game. Even more so if you're playing local co-op. I won't spoil exactly what happens if you say the other option, but saying no automatically starts the final boss battle. You know, or rather, Mr. X likes to just sit there and watch you as he summons more minions, or with goons. And yes, I am avoiding trying to use that metal pipe. And here we go, versus the final boss. Can I do it with only 1 continue left? See, the one thing I could never remember to do is, what in single player is, how the heck do you counter that charging attack of his? I mean, the range attack on the gun is fine, but it's that charger attack. It's even worse than that shirtless barbarian guy. And yes, game over. I am truly sorry, viewers. I tried. But yeah, that was the original Streets of Rage. I may come back and show you the ending at some point. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is Tony. Happy 25th to Streets of Rage.